We have discussed some of this stuff at length, but we'll go over it again briefly. The composting action plan, Donnie is ongoing with that. Catherine, did you have anything you wanted to put into that?
No, Donnie's been spending his time on public works items, so the composting is at the same stage it was last time.
Yeah. We are working towards getting maybe, there was talk about maybe putting a container in certain sites and having it picked up. And right now, I mean, there's a plan, a long-term plan what they're trying to do, but you know, it's kind of ongoing. Let's put it
Yeah,
that
so
way.
we would work with another community or organization and have a dumpster placed here that people could easily put their compost in. They're different
Cool.
materials, non-meat materials.
Right. Just composting.
vegetation.
Yeah, vegetables. And excellent, excellent.
That would be really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's, yeah.
The school system contacts, we got to work on that this year. I think that they probably will be fairly receptive.
Yes, they have been. They've given us contacts in the past, but with COVID, it's just been difficult.
So school contacts for recycling or
Yeah.
for composting?
On
Both?
everything.
On
Everything.
Okay. I mean, I could probably help you with that too.
Okay. Again, you know, and this kind of delves into some of this stuff as well. We have video clips and information. We have a town video now, and we talked about, and I talked with Donnie about it a little bit, about doing some video clips, information about recycling tips, different things we can do, and putting it on the town's website, putting it on Facebook.
We can easily do them.
Yeah, all we gotta do, I know Donnie is very busy, and I'd like to have some of it come from him. We could do some of this as well.
Donnie needs to be cloned.
But yeah, but he is very, very busy.
Talked
Because-
about that before.
Well, it's something that is only going to continue to grow.
Yeah,
And I'm going to just throw this out there. There is a book at the library, and I wish, my goal is to influence as many teachers to read it and as many people. It's very little, it's about this big. It's maybe 80 pages, and it's the Buy Nothing, Get Everything book. And these gals out west who live on an island started this, and they recycle everything because they have to. They're on an island. They take one sock, one glove, one whatever. They send it twice a year to Tibet because people in Tibet don't care if they have matching mittens or socks or whatever. So yeah, it's very, very good. And we can get a lot of information on their website. So I can maybe bring that next time.
that would be awesome if you could do that.
Video.
That would
the
be
video.
something that we could read and then we could
Yeah.
recommend on the website.
It's
and on
really,
Facebook
really
page
good.
that others read it.
I just had an idea. What about if we read that and then we went to the library and we did a little video clip at the library, say this book is available at our public library.
Sure.
If anybody wants to take it out, or what do you think, Catherine? You think that's doable? I mean, that's something we could do as far as,
Yeah,
we don't have to
and-
get Donnie in the middle of that one. unless he
Right,
wants to.
no, because we could get a core group of people working on it. As a matter of fact, I was gonna say, I can't right now, but when I get back, because that's one book I've wanted to own, and I'm trying to just use the library instead of buying books. But we can go on the website, and I think that we can probably get books from them to use if we're gonna start a committee here, and we could go right on the website, and I'll make sure I get that information to you.
What is it? What exactly is that book called?
It's
again?
called Buy Nothing, Get Everything book.
I know.
Buy Nothing, Get Everything Club, something like it. It's amazing. I mean,
Sounds good.
it's they recycle all the way down to a bottle cap. I mean, everything is used. Everything.
And a book like that would be good to put out there in these clips, because we have a lot of young families out there that are struggling, and you know, if they can get ideas and tips so they don't have to spend money
Well, what
and
if
clean
they-
up and we don't have to recycle it, that's,
Well, and what they do is like they'll put down, okay, somebody needs a crib, they put it on the internet. Somebody needs it might be a basketball set or whatever for the kids. There's no money exchanged. It's just, okay, you needed the car seat, this one here needs canning jars, that one there needs yarn. And it's just this whole.
it's just a networking.
It's exactly, and they use social media to make it work, which I don't use, but there are ways of doing it. Town brochure and recycling successes, that's awesome.
Yeah, town brochures on recycling successes, that's ongoing. we had discussed that earlier about updating with Donnie.
Yes, we just need a few more statistics.
Yeah, we're waiting for the
Cool.
recycling statistics, and then we can update that.
Mhm.
He should have that in the not too distant future. I know he's been extremely busy, because he's doing the highway thing now
Oh,
as well,
yeah.
so. But we're gonna leave that ongoing, and as soon as we get those, we can put them on the town brochures and put them up there for people to look at. And we can also put out at our meeting, that these are the statistics, and let people understand, where we're doing well, where we need to pick it up, and
Right.
that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, the statistics are, although ours are very good for overall, the statistics
Sure.
are less on recycling than they used to be.
Yeah. But I think with that UN report, people they're gonna be forced to recognize and to reconcile with the fact that they've gotta do more.
As prices start going up, things start tightening up, people are gonna look at it more. Let's face it, it's been pretty good right up until COVID hit, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
So now, when things start tightening up, you're gonna see more of that. The COVID thing kind of put a damper on everything, but I
Well,
think,
look at the effort now with people, with the plastic bags, just that, and how much that has saved, and people getting in the habit of bringing it back. I forget every once in a while, but I have 2 or 3 bags in my car, and I make it work.
Oh, I know.
and I think that program is actually being very successful.
Exactly.
Most people are bringing the bags in.
Yeah,
so,
everybody's got extra bags.
Yeah.
Adult education classes, is that about recycling, you mean?
Well, we talked about, this is where we need to get in with the schools, because we had talked about recycling education. We also talked about, like back when they used to do the composting. And have the classes.
Right,
uh,
Tom Roberts came.
With Tom Roberts. That was very successful.
It was, people didn't want to leave.
And I think that he's a very good teacher.
That's
And I
great.
think that if we could coordinate now, with Sherry Littlefield and some different people, that I think that,
Well, and maybe get Vaughn Woodruff, he's pretty much into, or Holly, they're pretty much into recycling, maybe, Jane, I know, is not on the committee anymore, but maybe we could, we can work on getting some different people and maybe look into
It
that.
has some different speakers.
yeah.
Right.
But also, I would like to see Tom do that again if he's willing to do it. But like you said, get some different people in there, give people some ideas on the stuff, how to compost, how to recycle, what you can use, what you
Right.
can't. I mean, that's good basic information, and I think what they want to do is, through the SAD, we talked about doing that, and on the adult education side, and maybe even if there's enough people to do it, maybe even talking
Recording in
to
progress.
SAD 48 to maybe cooperate with us down the road if it's a success.
Mhm.
That way we can bring more people into it.
Right,
That was a suggestion Donnie made.
Yeah.
That could be for down the road. You got a short term and a
power
long
in
term.
power in numbers, and
Power
if
in
we can
numbers.
get, people to act on it and make them understand that they're doing something necessary. And it's been tough because there have been reports about, plastics are not being recycled the way they should be, and it's horrifying because it's gonna come back to haunt us.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's
we-
confusion about the plastics because
Yes.
some of them are even produced without numbers on them, but they really should be recycled.
Right.
And then some of them, their numbers aren't even matching up to the code.
Okay.
Anybody got any questions on the A through E stuff that we?
On the top, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, any questions? Because I know you haven't been, so it's been a very, very. We just started this back up a couple months ago
Right.
because of the COVID.
I think we should focus on the video clips.
On the video
We
clips.
can easily do something down here, call it a recycling meeting tip, and then have the name, and then put it on the website, and the town hall stream's free. So we can have a bunch of those beside the meetings, and these would be tips, interviews with different people, discussion on different subject, what you can recycle. We have all these new people moving in town, the houses are sold like crazy.
Cool.
So we've had, dozens and dozens of new families, and
Good.
Is that something we want to work on next meeting? Come up with some recycling tips and
We could actually do something after.
and do something after? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. If you all go to that, Chris?
So we'll need to get Donnie here for that meeting, because we want him to talk. I can talk about something, each of you can.
Yeah.
We'll get you information beforehand, figure out who's gonna do what. We can have 4 tips.
Yeah, I'm thinking that a lot of people too, if they see things starting to move a little bit, you see more interest.
Well, and also maybe reaching out to new people, because I bet part of the reason that they're coming here certainly is quality of life.
Oh, yeah.
And, you
that's
know,
it.
that would be key, and I think some new people, I mean, I've told a lot of people that this to me is, I think it's one of the most important, because of what we have to do, you know, so.
Definitely.
And the reuse center is on hold through okay. Is that still gonna be on hold for a while?
Well, here, that was under the old business.
Oh.
We had one person that was interested in running the reuse center because, of course, Deanna Tilton passed away,
Right,
which is
that
really
news
sad.
too, yeah.
Well, I spoke with him and I told him to get in touch with Donnie and Catherine, either one or both. And I told him, I said, we feel as though in order for this to work and to get the right weights and to get everything done, well, Donnie said probably by the end of July we could probably do this, right? Because of the COVID, you know, where the restrictions are being slowly lifted.
Right.
What you basically need is really 3 volunteers.
Yeah.
You need one to run things inside and the other one to help, and you need somebody that can watch the outside. Because the reason being is because, not that it's a bad thing, but we used to get people that were, and I told the guy this that's interested in this, that we got people that would take the stuff off one truck, put it right in another one, drive it off.
Right.
Which, you know, I mean,
That's
it's good
fine,
that
it's
it's
gotta
not
be
being,
weighed.
yes, but it's got to be weighed so we can get
Right.
the true statistics.
Right.
The first.
Don't have a problem with doing it as long as it gets weighed.
Who's interested in running it?
What was his name again?
We probably wouldn't want to say his
Oh,
name.
okay.
I mean, is he
Because he
local?
hasn't contacted
Oh,
us
okay.
as of
All right.
yet.
As of yet. But I had talked to him and
After the last meeting.
he had expressed an interest in it and said he was going to call Donnie or you and move ahead with it. I haven't heard anything yet, huh? If we don't hear anything, probably in another couple weeks, maybe I ought to call him again and see if.
Or maybe what we could try to do is open on a monthly, you know, like we could open up one Saturday a month in September, October, and November, and then close December, January, February.
We could. I mean, anything's better than nothing.
At least to get it started again, just to see where it goes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd be willing to help one Saturday a month. That's not a big deal. I mean, to start with, and I know a couple of other people who have said, you know, we should try to step up and make it work. But again, that was before, you know, any meetings and.
So we would need to make sure things are clean there, that we don't have any bugs or came in or mice.
Right.
I think last year we didn't have any issues, but the year before we did. So it just depends on if you have rodents or not. A lot of
And maybe limit, I mean, you don't want to limit what you take, but at the same time, I know they didn't want to have clothes, and they didn't, I mean, the books were okay, but I think after like a month, if they're not moving,
Yeah.
but you have to. It's like I did notice that all the old paperbacks, a lot of the old books were all gone. The last time I went down we were looking for a helmet for Don Quixote. Paul was trying to piece together some stuff. I said, let's try the free shop and then get the thrift shop first.
So, should we try to contact that individual again, see
Yeah,
if there's
let's
a...
have you contact him again, see if he's interested. Set a meeting to go down there to clean up things.
Okay.
Yeah, let Donnie know when you want to go in, and then check out the situation. Now, what usually happens at the end of the year is you don't have much merchandise. So we have to put a call out before we're going to open for a day or several hours in which we'll take materials, because remember, we've had all these yard sales.
Right.
So people have leftover stuff, and where does it go? Yeah, so we could get their items they don't
Sure.
want, and
Sure.
then we'd have to work on it, and then open up.
I'll try to call that guy tomorrow. I'll have to get his number off you again. I've got it somewhere, but I don't want to have to hunt it all up. I'm sure he got it upstairs.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't show any interest, then maybe what we should do is,
Because we might be able to get enough volunteers that would do it once a month.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe, you know, so that, okay, so there's 3 for this month and you 3 do that month. And then we just do, then we know it's gonna be closed December, January, February.
Mhm.
I mean, March is usually warm enough that we could open for, I mean, a few, I don't know.
Yeah, once a month would work.
Once
Okay.
a month, I think would.
So why don't we do this?
Busy.
The next meeting, which is in September, and we're gonna be kind of pretty close, we should have a meeting where we get down and double check everything, make sure it's where it should be before we advertise and open it
Yeah,
up.
you can have spider webs.
We could advertise it for, let's say we opened it up, if Donnie's okay with it, let's say we opened it up the 25th of September.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we meet on the third Thursday, which is the
Okay.
15th.
Yeah.
We ought to make a trip down there. What do you think, Kathy? You think that's a good idea? And just walk through it and see what we need?
All right, will you be meeting on the third Thursday or the third Wednesday?
The third Wednesday.
Okay.
So that's the 15th?
That'd be the 15th of September.
Okay.
I'm willing to go down and walk through that. Let's just take a pen and paper down there. Let's see what it
Yeah.
needs. If we need to get down there and clean another night, I can get down sometime, whatever.
So if we're gonna go down on the 15th, we're gonna have to advertise ahead of time that we need merchandise. I assume you need something. You can ask Donnie, he would know right off the top
Right.
of his head, because he checks on the building. You know, do we have plenty of merchandise? I doubt we do, because it was at the end of the year, you usually
Mhm.
wiped out.
Yeah.
But if people have been in there for a year, then anything that's there is gonna be like, oh, this is new. They won't be having a problem. I mean, well, because we don't have books down there. The other thing I was thinking of doing too, and I could do this before or after, whatever, the new flower shop up here, Susie Watson's place. I was gonna tell her, because we have a lot of stuff down there. I remember I called a florist in Corinna and I called one in Newport. I said, come over and help yourself to any of these the big jars and vases. Come and take them. And they were very grateful. So I was going to say to Susie, at least give her first
Yeah,
thoughts.
that's a good idea.
Come down and take some of these vases because
Yeah.
people just recycle them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so, and because we don't have a nursing home anymore to bring them to, so.
That's a good idea. So do we want to advertise that we're going to take items? It seems like if we were going to, we'd have to move the date back that we were going to go down. Because if it needed a lot of cleaning, we'd need time.
I won't be available before the 15th. That's,
Yeah, I can't guarantee I will be either.
Okay.
So I don't have my book in front of me, unfortunately.
um,
Or just wing it the first time and they can go through, maybe clean out the stuff that's there.
That's true, Catherine. I don't think I'd worry, you know, in between now and then, I can probably find some people, if I can make it, you know, accessible that they can drop stuff off. Well, I won't be able, because I'm leaving here on Saturday. But, I think we can make it work.
Okay, you can do it informally to get items.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So the date would, are you agreeable to the 25th? That'd be after the Cheese Festival and all that stuff?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the fourth Saturday, what would
Of
it be
September.
like 8 to 2? 9 to
Yeah,
3?
or
What-
9 to 1. I mean,
I don't think you need a lot of time.
yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5 out, 9 to 2.
Five should do. Everybody agreeable with 9 to 2?
I think that's good.
I think that would be fine. And if it's, you know, quiet after 12, we're close to, you know, it's open when we feel it should be open. It doesn't have to be.
Do it once a month to start with until
Until
next
next
spring,
spring.
and then see how
And then
things
see
go
how
from
it's
there.
going, and if people wanna come, you know, and that means that they have to save their stuff, and they bring it in once a month, and we sell it once a month. Or, you know,
Tentative date.
take rid of it,
Tentative date would be the
the 25th.
25th.
And then we could do maybe mid-October if we start getting people interested. Because I know I've talked to people, when is the free shop gonna open again? I got stuff or whatever, and like Catherine said, the yard
That's a
sale
big
stuff.
question.
Yeah, yard sale stuff.
So on the next meeting, what we should do is we should talk about the clips and do a few of them, and then go down and look over the reuse center and see what needs to be done, if anything. And then we can figure out a little schedule, but I'll take my
Yeah.
book in and I'll see what I can do
Yeah.
for cleaning. I probably go in there and clean that in probably 3-4 hours.
Oh, yeah, it's just a matter of tidying up and, you know, yeah.
So on the clips, we will practice a little bit ahead of time
Yep.
in here, but, we're talking 2 to 3 minutes, you don't need anything, it would not be beyond 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, because then you, after 3 or 4 minutes, you start losing people.
Yeah.
You know, they start,
Well, and one of the things is we could recommend that book. And I'll
Yeah.
try to get online and see if I can find, actually, I'll go get the book. And-
I would really like, I mean, we can do it here, but when it comes to the book, I really think that's something that maybe we should do
Well,
right at the library and
with the
have the
library.
librarian right there.
Right,
when we do
exactly.
it.
And because they do a monthly book thing anyway. So
Yeah,
that
not
would
trying to
be
create
really
work,
good.
but you see that would get people to the library and it would also give them good tips on top of that.
All right, if you're gonna do that, then you're gonna have to, she has Zoom, so you have to do it on her Zoom down there
Okay.
at the library.
Or we can meet outside, what they're doing now.
We have to have the video,
Oh, I see what you mean.
If we do it on Zoom on the computer, like right
Gotcha.
now you're on the computer.
Well,
Okay, I get
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's an easy fix.
Yeah, and doing it on the computer is very easy, because all we do afterwards is just upload it.
Cool, okay.
So that sounds good for the next meeting for sure. And I'd really like to see that get open because I know there's a huge demand that people want it open.
Mhm.
Like I said, we really ought to have 3 people down there to do it,
Yes.
to make it work. I will call that guy tomorrow and see if he's still interested in it or not. If he says, well, yeah, I'd like to kind of try maybe next year or whatever, I'll tell him what we're planning on doing is opening it up to get it going. Then if he wants to take it over, that, you know, next year or.
Yeah, he could just help out this year.
And then if he wants to take it over next year, that's fine. I'll let you know what he says if I can even get a hold of him.
Mhm.
I'll try tomorrow morning. Let's see. The transfer station enhancement plan update, that's pretty much done now.
Yeah, I'll take that off, everything looks really good.
We got a new building up there, it worked out really well. The recycling trailer back at the municipal building, that's kind of an ongoing
We're
thing.
still waiting for clarification from the state because they didn't want people handling recyclables or trash. We do it at the recycling facility, and we have all along. It's one of the few places, but in the recycle trailer, people have put things they should not put. There was even a needle in there. Yeah.
So waiting for the state to, how would I put that? Waiting for the state.
We're waiting for clarification on recyclables and trash handling with COVID.
And that's under, is that under C? No.
That was C. Yeah.
Under C, okay.
C.
And trash handling due to COVID.
Cool. Yeah, that would, so that's right, because that's been gone since COVID, right?
I know, we really missed it.
Yeah.
And that's the trailer. I have kind of writing shorthand here so I can type it up.
So that's pending for next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just, it's kind of an ongoing thing until we hear back from the state. There's really not much we can do with that. Recycling trailer.
And Catherine, I'm sorry, I completely spaced, transfer station enhancement plan update.
Yeah, that was the new
Oh,
building, all
Okay.
the setup, the
Yeah.
electrical being all
okay,
upgraded.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
He's got a brand new building up there.
The only problem we have up there is that we can't find somebody to go up and climb up who has insurance, who will do it, to turn off the wind turbine. Everything broke, so the emergency brake broke in that huge wind
Oh,
a while back.
do I know? We
The
lost the
insurance
tree.
company won't look at it until we get it stopped, and we can't get it stopped because nobody wants to go up there and do it because the brake doesn't work. I mean, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And so we can't stop it.
it's not funny, but.
Isn't that awful?
Oh, that's too bad.
The new transfer station fee scheduling is working out well.
Good.
That's,
Any pushback on that?
There was in the beginning because people said they should only pay $1, or we found people coming in who were using their information from their vehicles, which they bought from Pittsfield people, but they were really Kane and well, it was all kinds of towns. They were like 12 or 13.
So yeah, it's $1 an item.
Yeah. So it ended up, this works out good now, nobody really says anything anymore.
Good.
You know, you buy it once a year,
Good.
good dump.
Just like other places, you
Yeah.
know. We were just so inexpensive, $1, and then they got left on the vehicles and they weren't being checked because they were so busy. And then they found people from other towns just coming up. It's like,
Now
oh, the
it's-
transfer station's over in Pittsfield, let's go over there.
Yeah, so now it's $20 for a sticker for the year.
Yes. And 40 if it's a business.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
that's quite reasonable if you
That's- I
figure
was
out
gonna
how much
say-
it would cost at other places.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
when it starts going up, yeah, but
Mhm.
the thing is, there is no more out to throw it anymore. There's no out.
Right.
There's a textile box at the transfer station now,
Good.
and that's working out
Good.
really, really well. I've talked to Donnie a couple times about that. People being very good about using it, not throwing stupid stuff in it.
And that's clothing, right?
That's
Just
clothing.
Okay.
That's just clothing.
Mhm.
And that's working out real well. Last I knew it was working
Yeah,
out real well.
blankets, comforters,
Oh, good.
clothing.
And that's going to
textile.
people, is it that world one, or
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Perfect, good,
And so that's working out well.
super.
So the next thing is Trash to Treasure Days. And
That's for,
that's
spring.
kind of, yeah, that's in the spring. That's an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
Um,
we were going to have those if we didn't open up this was like our backup plan
For
if
the
we didn't
recycle?
open up the reuse.
With the reuse
facility.
thing, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll still hopefully use that.
We'll take a look at it, yeah. The arts program, that's something that Council Deb Billings was interested in, and when we get back into schools and the schools open up, especially adult ed, some of the stuff that they could use, like if they created an arts group that they could use for, reuse stuff that they could use for their art, you know,
Oh.
different items we could
Cartons,
save out.
Meat
and-
trays, so many things that can be used.
And Donnie is well aware of that, because Donnie wasn't running the highway department at that time. He was aware of that, and he had some ideas as to what could be saved out that he could put off to one side and use once this got going.
Is that something that items could be brought to the reuse building to just to gather for people who need them, for the teachers or whatever? Or is
Yes,
that,
yes.
I don't know why
think
not.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I'm just thinking, well,
You
So-
can make up kits of the different stuff and say you need X, Y, Z, yeah? See if people would donate them.
cool.
We'd like to see somebody, you know, kind of spearhead that. Again, I don't know if that's gonna happen in the fall, it's so close, but
Yeah.
maybe next year.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's
probably
something we
next
could use, you know, next spring or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I mean, it's just making perfect use of whatever.
I have this thing now, whenever plastic comes into my house, I have to get at least 2 to 3 uses out of it.
Yeah.
If it's a container, if it's a bag, I just can't just throw it away. I
No.
just can't.
No.
Well, you should have less plastic now, but what's ironic is somebody was talking about, well, we can buy 10 plastic containers here, but we can't put it in a plastic bag.
But those plastic containers, you can take home and use them.
I know a guy that took, you know, those plastic things like you get in a big, the thing that like the coolers and that you
Oh,
flip
yeah.
upside down.
Yeah.
He had 3 or 4 of them put together. He made a solar water heater out of it.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I saw something else on recycling. Oh, what was it? It was to make your own, for the people that, especially out west, suffering with the fires, with the smoke. You can do a box fan, and you can make your own. You get a filter from the Home Depot, you know, the really good filters, and you can put it over the box fan, make like a box for it, plug it in, and it'll make like a double area where you can get that smoke taken out, and you have the fresh air. It's really interesting. It's really, really interesting.
So you could do little, once we get going on the recyclables and get through those, we can do reuse tips, you know, on different things that you
Right.
know about.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So anyway, that's something that maybe we ought to look at once we get this open, and you know, put some of this stuff to one side as long as it doesn't get too cumbersome, and
Mhm.
see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Main Recyclables Week, that's in November. Is that correct, Catherine?
Yes, and I have to chuckle. We have celebrated the November week, I think it's around the 17th, 19th. We've celebrated that each year that we were able to, with the exception of COVID. And what's interesting is I learned, and you couldn't find any information online, but there were like 4 or 5 towns in the state, including us, that were always in the news, or you could see a notation on the internet when you researched it. So there has been no May Recycles Week for a decade now. And we've been out there recycling it the whole time. I just found that out on Tuesday because KB Cog has taken that over as the fiscal agent of Kennebec Valley Council of Governments. And so they stated there was no official May Recycles Week for a decade, but we've been celebrating it.
So that's
Hey,
kind
we have our own video. I've been sending that little video all over the place. I think it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I think it's super. Yep.
and you know, that's something too we can work on as we go through the summer, if there's something we can do in November. I mean, there's, you know, whether it's an education thing in school or whether it's, you know, there's something we can work on.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the schools are going because they've got additional requirements on them now.
Yeah.
And the school superintendent was, I was supposed to have a meeting with her, and then she had to meet with the commissioner, which was fine, over the new requirements.
Yeah.
Boy. I can't believe that we're going back into the, it's just,
So what we've been doing, if it's okay with you, Chris, is we've been meeting on every third Wednesday at 5:30.
yeah.
I hope is that doable schedule for you?
We'll make it work, yeah. For
Okay.
me, yeah, yeah. I mean, Nutcracker might be, well, we don't meet in December, do we? I can't remember.
We don't,
Usually you didn't.
yeah,
No, I don't
usually we
think we
didn't.
need to
Usually we
in
didn't
December.
because it's right during Christmas time.
Because it's Nutcracker season.
But, yeah.
And last year with COVID, it was the first time in 20 years that I didn't have Nutcracker. I actually could breathe. I could put up I actually decorated a Christmas tree. Because usually it's like the tree goes up and I throw stuff at it, and if it lands on the tree, I call it good. It's like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably that's the week of Christmas. Probably most people.
No, we don't need, no.
So we'll wait till after the first of
Because,
the year.
yeah.
And like I said, you know, we'll see what happens after the first of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm all good with that. Anybody have any questions, anything they want to throw out there, or?
So I think the fact that we can advertise and explain that we're gonna have projects, we're gonna have the video clips starting out with recycling, so we go through the basics, then we'll hit reuse and other interesting items. The town brochures, I think we can update those now, and then open up the reuse center once a month. I think that is good to have solid projects, and that's enough projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know, for now, and in the spring, we do it once a month, and then if we hit May and June and we're really cranking and people want to do it once or twice a month, you know, I think start easy because we don't know when this COVID thing is going to.
That's right. And you know, I mean, we get the volunteers, you get a committee going, people want to volunteer on a weekly basis in the summer, fine, if we get the people to do it, but we really need 3 people.
I think that, yeah, and I think there should be like a core of like 10 to 12 people that we could call on in the group and say, okay, we need 3 people out of that 12 who can.
Yeah.
I think that, and I've told people that I really, and I think I've gotten some interest about people getting involved with Recycle Committee. I think we need to have.
We need to build it back up
We've
from what
got
it was.
to,
Yeah.
we have to.
You know, I feel really, it's very sad, most of our members and people
Yeah.
that came passed away.
I know
So
Bev Newton was, she was also a very dear friend, but she would be so funny. I would go down there and she said, yep, we're gonna give this place a good cleaning next week. But some of the girls wanted to save everything, and I do get that, but sometimes after 2 or 3 months, it's.
My daughter used to get down there all the time and take my granddaughter down. She'd get all them supplies for Daisha. Yeah, she used to get down there sometimes twice a month. She'd go down there and get all kinds of art supplies for her.
Yeah, there's no reason in our culture, this whole throwaway mentality has got to stop. It's got to stop. You know,
No, I know, we can do one about that too, yeah.
right.
About how much the price we're going to pay if we don't.
Yeah, because to get rid of stuff, well, I've got 4 cans of paint I'm looking for a home for. And I can call the paint place. But Deb Susie might take it for drama up at MCI because a lot of people are looking for good paint, and it's California paint, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Seems how paint's about $56 a can now.
$80 from exterior paint now for Sherwin-Williams.
Oh, yeah, it's gone way up.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, anybody else have anything else they want to put in?
No, I like these projects.
So do I. I think it's very doable, and I'm kind of excited to be able to start working on some stuff instead of just sitting
I'll
back,
write
so that'll
out
be
some
good.
specifics for the little videos, and what I'll need to do is set up on the town hall streams and the Zoom, I'll set up different sessions. They'll be really short, maybe they'll be 5 minutes.
Just little
And then I'll
blips.
put names on them, and then we'll fill them in as we go along.
Cool, yeah.
Okay, so
Tim, what's your email so I can send you the link of that book?
it's Nichols Timothy, all one word, NICHOLS, TIMOTHY,
Mhm.
at hotmail.com.
Okay. And Catherine, I have you right through the.
Yes, yes, we do, thank you.
And so the next meeting will be on the 15th at 5:30
Okay,
in
perfect.
September. And we'll work on the videos, and we'll take a peek down at the reuse center and see what, I'll try to get ahold of that guy tomorrow. If I can't get ahold of him, Catherine, I think we should just go ahead anyway, because it's
Yeah.
for the betterment of everybody. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
If we
And-
don't, you
yeah.
can leave them a message on the day, do we have a specific time we're gonna go there?
Well, if
Because
we meet at 5:30, would we meet there or meet here first?
I think you'd have to go there first, because isn't it gonna get dark?
Yeah,
Oh,
why don't we
that's
meet
true,
down
too.
there, why don't we meet right down there at
5:30,
5:30?
okay.
Can you do that,
Meeting
Catherine? No. You'd like to have you come with us if you would.
Yeah, we'll want Donnie too.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be easy.
That way it's within the time.
And then we can come back here and talk about the
Yeah.
work on the videos
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So the 15th at the free shop. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else they want to put out? If not, that's the end. We'll meet next month.
Just off the cuff, so if somebody's interested, bring them to the meeting or should they sign up
We
first?
bring them right in. Anybody
Okay.
that wants to know,
Okay.
I'm more than willing to have them come in and,
Perfect.
I think the more the better, and I think that, if people have questions or they're trying to figure out if they want to be a member or not, I'll explain to them, we need members, but if you got friends or relatives or even kids, I mean,
Get 'em
if they're
started.
interested in helping out,
Get them started.
well, I say the more the merrier. It worked out very well last time. It's usually a very positive
Oh, yes,
committee.
definitely.
And that's part of the deal. There's a lot of hate and strife, and I want to make sure that this, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing it, but we want to keep this committee upbeat. I want to keep it positive and moving forward and helping everybody out as best they can, because that way people feel more like being there.
Yeah, well, it can do a lot of good. It did a lot of good for many years, and we just unfortunately, most of the members and people that came unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
Right. I know Gianna both, and Beth.
Yeah.
Within months. I mean, I think
I know,
Gianna was gone in
it was
June
really-
and Bev was gone. I know she died, because I saw her the day before she died. It was the 27th of November last year.
Sad. Nice lady. I went to school with her kids.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're both gone now.
She's with them. She's with them. And I went to see, want to know something funny? Before she passed, we took a ride down to where she was going to be buried. And I said, I used to, across the street from this little cemetery is Bear Pond. I said, I grew up on that beach. And she's down there. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's really,